Now let's see the first tense, okay? I hope you can see the board clearly from here. First tense we are doing is simple present tense. Now when we talk about active and passive, we will see how a sentence in simple present tense, an active sentence in simple present tense, how you can change it to passive voice. How an active voice sentence you can change it to passive voice. So now you can see here, as you can see, I'll just make sure that you can see it very clearly from here. So you can see active and passive. In active voice, subject plus verb, es and s, okay, and object. So we have studied about that to change an active voice to a passive voice, it requires subject, verb and object. So when it has an object, it has a verb, it has a subject, you can easily change it to passive voice. Let's see how. Now when you change it to passive voice, you can see here subject plus is and are plus verb, the third form of the verb, okay, and object. Third form of the verb is the past form of the verb, ed. So you can see here in the first sentence, children play football. A very simple sentence. Children play football. Children, you can mark with me as you write. You can write in your notebook also so that it is a practice for you. Subject, verb, object. Okay. Now what I said, the subject becomes the object and object becomes the subject, right? And there is a by or a is, there is a preposition in between. Now, see how. As I said, subject, verb, object. Now when we change active to passive, object becomes the subject, subject becomes the object, play, you can see here simple present, is changed to past, simple past, ed form of the verb. So is the preposition here and by also here is the preposition. So football is played by children. Okay. So you can see how we changed. Object became the subject, subject became the object. Okay. Another example. You can see here another example. Mohan writes a book. Mohan, subject, writes, verb, a book, object. Book is the object here. Writes, you can see there is a subject in the sentence, there is a verb, es or s form, and there is an object. So now we can change it to passive voice. Now see here how we change it to passive voice. A book is written by Mohan. So object became the subject, subject became the object, and the verb is changed into the past form, written. Okay, the past form of the verb. So here is the simple present tense. If a sentence, if an active voice, a sentence is in present tense, simple present tense, how you will change it to passive voice, how you will change it to passive voice. So if it is in simple present, you can see there's a formula given, so you can change it accordingly. So in simple present tense, how will you change an active voice to passive voice? Now let's see the next tense, that is simple, that is present continuous tense. Okay, before this we saw simple present tense. Now next form of the tense is present continuous tense. Now you all know that in a continuous tense we always add ing form of the verb, right? So let's see how we will convert from present continuous to past continuous. So let's see here in active voice, how will we change? We have the subject, we have is, am, are, we have verb, ing, and we have object. So you just saw how it is. I'll just repeat it for you. That is subject plus is, am, are plus verb, ing and object. Now how will you change a sentence from active to passive in present continuous tense? Now we will change by putting subject, is and are plus being, B-E-I-N-G, plus verb, third form, and plus object. So let's see how. The first sentence, she is writing a letter. Now when you read this, when you see the sentence, try to fit in with this, right? We have the subject, is, am, are, we have is here, writing, verb, ing, and object, that is letter. Now it has the subject, it has verb, and it has object. That means we can convert the sentence into passive voice. And how? Let's see how. A letter is being written by her. Right? Letter, that is the object, became the subject, a letter object, a letter subject. We have she, that became object as her. Writing is being written. Is singular, being as we convert into passive voice, and the third form of the verb, that is the past form of writing, is written. Okay, so we converted from active to passive. Now you can see another sentence here. They are watering the plants, right? We have here the subject, we have is and are here, we have the verb, and we have the object. So in a sentence, how will we change? How will we change active to passive? The subject became the object, the plants. They, okay, when we talk about they, we will change they to them when we are changing from active to passive. So they will become them here. And watering, ing, will become watered, are watered. Okay, that is the past form of the verb. And are watering, are being watered. Okay, so that is how we change from active to passive in present continuous tense. Now before moving further, we should know there are some of the words you can see on the board. These are some of the words that need to be changed when we are changing a sentence from active to passive voice. So you should know about what words become when we change into passive voice. Like for example, I will become me. Okay, then we will become us, then you will remain as you, they will become them, he will be him, she will be her, and it will remain as it. So this is very important to know whenever we are changing a sentence from active to passive voice. If you come across these words in active voice, you should know how you will change these words into passive voice. What will be the change of I? What will be the change of we, you, they, he, she, and it in passive voice? Now let us see the third form of the tense, that is the present tense. Present perfect tense, that is the third form of the tense that we will be studying. Now you can see on the board I have written about how we will change an active sentence to passive sentence in present perfect tense. Let's see. When we change an active sentence to a passive sentence in a present perfect tense, we will change. See how? Simple, that is the subject, plus has, have, plus verb, the third form, that is the past form, and object. How will you change it into simple present perfect tense, right? So it will be subject plus has, have, plus been, B-E-E-N, plus the past form of the verb and object. So let's see how in a sentence you'll get a clear idea about how we'll change if there is a sentence in present perfect tense. She has done the homework, right? She being the subject, the verb, and the object. Yes, now it has a subject, it has a verb, and it has an object. That means it can be converted to passive. Now, how in a present perfect tense? Now, as you know that, the object will become the subject. The homework becomes, here is the homework. That means the subject. Has, have, singular plural. We have has here. Then we have been, that is there in the passive voice in changing simple present perfect tense. That is already here. Then the verb third form, that is done, as it's already done here, given here. That will be, the same will be copied because that is the verb's third form, that is the past form of the verb done. And makes it into, that is how you convert it into by her. Now, she. As I have told you in the previous video, I have given a list of words that are changed from active to passive as you change a sentence in active to passive. One of the word was she. Then she is converted to her in the passive sentence. So here you can see her. So I'll just repeat it for you. The subject, the object becomes the subject. The subject becomes the object. Has, done, been, done. Been is there. Then we do convert it into passive voice in present perfect tense. And done is the past form of the verb that is already given here. You just have to write it here, the past. If it is not given, then you will have to write the past form of the verb. So this is how you change present perfect tense. So here is a quick review for you. Okay, just check this table. It will give you a clear idea of what I have been teaching you in the coming video of regarding present tense. Okay, so we can see here in simple present tense, as I said before, then we are doing eats, es or s will change into passive, is, are, am, eaten, the past form of the verb, the third form. In continuous tense, it will be is, am, are, verb and ing, the same thing I have written here. It will be changed to is, am, are plus being plus the verb third form. You can see here, is, am, are plus being and eaten. I have taken the word eat, okay. Here you can see perfect tense, has, have plus eaten, the third form of the verb will be again the same thing, has, have plus been, B-E-E-N, plus eaten, the third form of the verb. So this whole will give you a clear picture of what we have just studied in changing from active to passive in present tense. Simple present tense, present continuous tense, and present perfect tense. So I hope you have got an idea about the first part of the tenses. The next we will be studying about the past tense. Thank you.